Do I practice what I preach? Testing out my own capsule wardrobe with some help from my ebook. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Lydia and I am a style educator aiming to help you maximize your own wardrobe and develop your own personal style. So I'm actually doing something today that I have never done before, and I'm going to take you in my wardrobe with me. And this is a little bit of a test for me to see if I really practice what I preach. I recently launched my very first ebook style guide, The Art of Outfit Building. And really this is the basis of good style and where it all starts. So the book is really catered around a capsule wardrobe, and the point of it is to not just have a capsule wardrobe, but to make sure you've got these pieces as basically your building blocks for your own personal style. So I'm not saying everybody should only have a capsule wardrobe, because I definitely don't, but I think everybody needs these pieces in order to form their own style. So I'm hoping this video will be useful for those of you who have bought the book. If you've not and you are interested, I will leave a QR code on screen. I'll also leave a link below as well. So just very briefly, in case you don't know what it's about and are quite interested, I start by breaking down a capsule wardrobe. I have an ultimate checklist, which is basically everything I think you need in a capsule wardrobe. And then I have the what will cover checklist, so a smaller condensed version of the absolute basics. And then what I do is break down each one of these basics. So for example, the white t-shirt, and I give a list of everything it pairs with, but also everything to avoid pairing it with, and everything to avoid in terms of fabrics, cuts, shapes, so that you actually invest in the right piece. And then I give simple, easy outfit formulas with all of these pieces. And at the end, I have a troubleshooting guide for if your outfits still aren't working. For example, if something feels too corporate, or if something feels too feminine, or if it's too hot to look chic. It's got a little bit of a troubleshooting manual at the end. So I printed off my capsule wardrobe checklist from the book, because I'm going to take you through my wardrobe and tick off the things that I've got and discuss them in a little bit more detail. This is the what will cover checklist, by the way, and anyone can print this off once you've got the guide. It's actually a really handy exercise for anyone to do. So I'm quite excited to see if I've got this myself. So let's start with tops, and the first one is the white t-shirt. Okay, so this is where all my white t-shirts live. So this is why I don't bring people in this wardrobe that much, because it's often a little bit of a mess. And as much as I try and keep on top of it, and my mum helps me keep on top of it because she works with me, it always just ends up as a bit of a mess. So this is reality and why I don't really come in here that often. But basically I try and keep all my t-shirts in the middle. And I know that I need a new white t-shirt. I might actually sort of reorganize these in the process. So the white t-shirt is the ultimate, but I think as you go on, you want to make sure you've got an array of t-shirts. So black, gray, white are really useful ones. This one is from What the Brand, but I feel like this is maybe more of a trend t-shirt. It's a little bit more cropped and boxy, but what we're looking for is that real classic white t-shirt. Cezanne are actually one of my favorites for this. The Conrad t-shirt is so good. It's a really nice lightweight fabric, so really good for summer. It's a great shape, and in the book, if you do decide to get it, I talk about neck detail, the welts. This is the welt here, the neckline, this bit here. So I talk about this not being too thick. It just has to kind of fall at the right place. It can't be too low and open or too high. It's just got to fall at the right place. So the Cezanne Conrad is a really good version of that. So I do have one. I actually think it's got a tiny little mark around the neck. So this is the thing with a white t-shirt. You don't want to spend lots of money on one of these. You are going to need to refresh these as time goes by, so don't spend a fortune on them. I also have these thicker, slightly boxier ones from Mint Velvet, which are really good t-shirts, but again, slightly more trend-led. This isn't the ultimate classic that I'm talking about, so I do feel like I need to add 1 or 2 of these in. Arquette t-shirts are really, really good as well. They've got like a heavier weight version, but also a lighter weight version. So I really think I need to stock up on a couple of fresh versions of these. So I don't really think I can tick this off because I do think this is what I need to update. So that's actually been really useful for me to kind of audit that white t-shirt selection. Next on the list is a striped t-shirt, and I specifically mean a navy and white striped t-shirt. And I know I've got the ultimate version of this in my wardrobe. This is the Arquette one, and I love everything about this. The really nice subtle boat neck, the drop sleeve, the slightly oversized fit. It needs to be very classic, not too fitted, and also no contrasting stripes. So this is just the off-white and navy, so nothing like a green neckline or a contrasting sleeve detail. It needs to be really, really classic. Also, this is a really nice shade of off-white and navy. You don't want a really bright blue navy, and also you don't want a really bright white, so look for those slightly off-white tones as your background. So I can actually tick this off my list. The white shirt is next, which is also in here. Now, I do have a real selection of white shirts. Don't know if you can see that in here, but I have got so many white shirts. I'm looking for the ultimate classic though, and I do know that I have one of these in my wardrobe. I think this just needs a little bit of a steam actually. This is Arquette as well. They are really, really good brand for these wardrobe staples. So definitely go to them if you're looking for these. I do think they're stocked on ASOS in the US as well. But this is just a classic. It's not too oversized. The buttons are actually covered up, so you don't see the buttons. But again, don't go for any contrasting buttons or anything too out there. You don't want it too oversized for your classic capsule wardrobe version, but you also don't want it too fitted. So it needs to have that nice hybrid balance, and I really think this one does. And what I'll do is link some alternatives or try and find the exact pieces in the description box. Right, back into my big cupboard. I'm sorry if the lighting's changing, I'm having to move my lights around, but neutral vest tops are next. I feel like I need to sort this cupboard out whilst I'm at it as well. Basically anything plain like this, a vest top. Now the neckline I do think depends on your body shape and what you prefer. Some people prefer a higher neck, some people prefer a lower neck like this. Again, Cezanne do really, really nice vest tops, but I think you want to have a white, a grey and a black. So let's see if I can do that. So a white I've definitely got, and I've got multiple of these. I have a lot of black kind of haltery tops, which I love, but we can't class it as a classic black vest. This is exactly what I mean. So this again is a Cezanne one. This I've worn to death, and I do feel like I probably need a refreshed version of this, but I do have it in my wardrobe. So I'm just gonna make a note of that on my list. Okay, looking through, I didn't realize I had a grey one, but I do have this grey. But as you can see, it's a lower neck, not a high one. This again is from Cezanne. I think I'm gonna have to add a new version of all of these and a higher neck grey one, because I don't think I've quite got everything in good condition as well. Knitwear is next, and I keep all my knitwear in this corner. In the winter, obviously, this is stuff to the brim, but a plain round neck knit. And my example that I used in the guide is a beige one, a real classic, but again, you can cater the colors a little bit more towards your taste and also what suits you best. But I think a beige, you could go for a cool tone beige or a warmer tone beige, depending on your skin color. This one is a cashmere classic round neck, and I've worn this to death, so I know it really is one of those useful capsule wardrobe pieces. The next two are a slim roll neck and a chunky turtleneck. Now I do know I've got these. I have to put all my winter clothes away. We're lucky enough to have a loft, so everything goes up in the loft during winter. During summer, all my winter clothes go up there. But I do know I have both of these pieces, and maybe in the winter I'll do an updated version of this, so I can tick those off. But my final one is a cardigan. Now I have some great cardigans. This is one of my most useful in summer. It's from Good Basics Club, which is my friend Em's brand. It is one of my most worn. It's just such a useful shape. It's a little bit boxy. It's not too heavy, but it's got a bit of a weight to it. It's not like a thin cardigan. You can kind of wear it as a top, but also just throw it in your bag as a layering piece. And I think this color is so useful for the summer as well. But I do think she has it in different colors too. But really, really useful piece. I mean, with just some white trousers like this, looks so good. So I know I've got some good capsule cardigans in my wardrobe. I feel like I'm on a school trip where looking for things and ticking them off. But my next section is bottoms, which is this big cupboard here. So wide leg trousers are my first. I have a couple of really good wide legs in my wardrobe. This is also rammed. I did a clear out recently and for some reason it's still gone very busy. But I think what we're looking for in a wide leg trouser is a capsule color. So black, gray, cream. I've got these ones on from Marcella today. A really nice wide leg with a pleat detail down the front. Very, very classic. Not too wide and flared, but also not straight either. I've also had these for years, more of an investment trouser. These are from Philippa K. Really, really beautiful quality. They've stood the test of time so well. I can literally bring these out every single year. You can wear these with a sandal and a vest top. You could wear them with a shirt for work. You can wear them with knitwear. There's never ending ways to wear these. And sometimes it is just worth spending a little bit more. For example, I don't think you need to spend on the t-shirts and vests, but something like a classic pair of trousers like this, if the quality and the cut is right, then it makes all the difference. So next is cigarette trousers, and I feel like I'm going to be struggling a bit with this. I am at a bit of a loss on cigarette trousers, personally because I think my own style is to wear baggier, looser trousers, so the cigarette feels a little bit straight. I have actually, thinking about it, got some white linen ones. These are from Zara last year. I've actually not even worn them. Yeah, they were from last year. I've not taken the tag off. These are probably my most cigarette style. They're just like a really nice straight trouser. I think that kind of shows the beauty of fashion, is that it's adaptable. And so if you don't love the cigarette trouser, or if you don't feel like that suits you as much, then you could swap that out for something a little bit looser leg. Even something like a slim fitting barrel could be your substitute for the cigarette trousers. So I'm gonna leave that space blank and think about whether I would benefit from some in my wardrobe. Back to the big cupboard for my straight jeans. I know I've got some really good pairs in here. One example, this is probably a bit of a baggier example, but from Topshop, like a long straight jean. I just really love the color of these. These also come in different lengths. The Topshop jeans are great in that way. So I actually have the kind of medium length and the longer length in these. So very, very useful. And again, you could go slightly baggier with your straight jeans if you want to, slightly tighter, but what we don't want is a skinny jean. Next on my list, can you see the, sorry, you can probably see my lighting everywhere. It's a bit of an insight to what my filming room looks like. But my next is tailored shorts. Now I actually do have a few versions of these. I've got these, which are from COS, a really nice capsule color again. If you're not somebody who likes warmer tones, you could go for these more stony colors. So these are really nice. This is what I mean by a tailored short. So something that feels a little bit more polished than like linen or denim shorts, maybe with some belt loops as well. I've got these really nice ones from Almada too in a cream, but I think what I need is some proper white tailored shorts, kind of exactly like this, a little bit longer length. So I think I need to write that down. I do have some longer black ones, but they're a bit more Bermuda-y. Actually, no, I do have black tailored shorts. So I think white tailored shorts might be one to add to my list of things that's missing. And then a pencil skirt. Now I definitely have one of these in black. I actually have a few of these. My favorite is actually from ASOS. It's a long pencil skirt. And again, you can go for different lengths depending on what suits you, your style. A classic mid-length is always really good. I prefer them slightly longer than mid-length. You don't have to go maxi though, but this is from ASOS in the winter. Again, I'll try and find some alternatives below. So I can tick that one off. I feel like I'm not doing too badly so far. Okay, next on the list is outerwear. So some of these I have tucked away and then a couple of them I have out. So first is a long trench coat, and I've been keeping all my trenches in this section of my wardrobe. I do have another wardrobe that has bigger, heavier coats in that I don't want to store away. But I have got some amazing trench coats of all different lengths. This Cezanne is such a classic. It's a bit more of a car coat, I would say, but a real classic. Also, this from Arquette. Now this has the cape with it underneath, but you can use it without the cape and wear it as like a funnel trench coat. So I've definitely got plenty long trenches in my wardrobe. Black blazer is in this wardrobe, and I can't even tell you how many black blazers I've got. Again, my most classic is the Arquette ones. I think this is the one that they have in their collection all the time. It's the wool hopsack blazer. It's not too heavy, not really lightweight. It's an all year round kind of blazer, apart from very hot summer days. But like this with white trousers or white shorts, oh, will look really good. I just find a black blazer so incredibly useful, and that's why I have a myriad of them in different shapes and cuts and styles, because I think each one serves a different purpose. But the ultimate classic is something like this. Long wool coat is next, and I have a lot of these. I think you probably know I have plenty of these. Obviously, I get to work with some amazing brands. And so over the years, I've created quite a nice collection of coats in different capsule wardrobe shades. And again, it's all about going for those colors that you know you're going to wear. So for example, you might want a dark coat but don't like black. So a nice dark brown or a dark navy would work really well. But I can safely say I can tick that one off my list. So you also know that I have quite a collection of leather jackets. Now I've worn these so much over spring, and I think we've had a heat wave here in the UK, but it's going a little bit cooler. So I think these will be coming back out, and I think they look really cool juxtaposed against those summery outfits just thrown over the shoulders. But a leather jacket is so timeless. I think this particular style is really, really chic. So this is from De Savary. It's got the belt with it, but you don't actually have to wear it with the belt. It's very, very plain, which is what I like about it. There's not too much fuss going on. There's not too much zips or bikery style, and that's something I say to avoid in the book, is all of those bikery details and lots of zips and lots of hardware. Try and keep it as plain as possible, and I think you'll find you get a lot more wear out of it. This is, of course, an investment piece. It's a leather jacket, but it honestly is beautifully made. I'd say this is my ultimate piece that I would recommend investing in terms of a leather jacket. I've got lots of different options, but this is the one that I think is the most useful in shape and style. Definitely tick this one off. Okay, finally is shoes. Now I'm not going to take you into my shoe cupboard because that's not even in my wardrobe, but I am going to bring my styles out to show you. I'm pretty confident I've got most of these on my list. So first is loafers. I actually put most of these away for winter, my heavier ones. These are my Massimo ones. I've worn them to death. I have a plain black pair. These are a dark brown. These are so classic. Just like a penny loafer in a leather is exactly what you need for a capsule wardrobe. And they also do look great in those in-between seasons. Minimal trainers. So I've chosen these suede ones. I actually think I do need a pair of very, very plain white ones. So I think that's something I need to write down on my list. I've actually stopped wearing trainers that much. I've gone towards loafers and ballet flats a lot more because I've got some really comfy versions of those too. But these minimal trainers are from Zara. I do have them, but I do think I need to add the white ones to my list. Pointed kitten heel slingback. I think I need some more of these. I have these ones that I've worn to death. These are a satin. I don't think I've got a plain leather low-heeled version of these unless I put them away for winter. It's a bit worrying if I don't know that. But I actually think I could do with some, perhaps a summery version, because these are quite wintry. Ballet flats I have plenty of in different colours. I've got these classic tans from Flattered. I've got these, I think these ones are Arquette, plain black, but I have kind of variations on the ballet flats as well, because I do think it's nice to add in a slightly cooler shoe, maybe something suede, maybe a Mary Jane, maybe a woven detail ballet flat. So I've got lots of variations of the ballet flat, but I do have some very classic styles too. Okay, on the list, pointed ankle boot, and I specifically talked about a low heel version. I know I've got some of these in my wardrobe. They're very, very useful. Finally is a neutral flat sandal. Now, I think I need a really comfy version of these, and this is so hard to come by. So these are from A-Day, and they're not uncomfortable, but they're not like a really comfy shoe you can wear loads. They are slightly tanny as well, so maybe something a little bit more cooler neutral or more sort of neutral rather than a tan. But I do have variations of these, but I think that could be something I could work on, especially a very, very comfy version. So that's my entire list. I found that so useful, and now what I'm going to do is convert that list to some notes on my phone. I have a sort of to buy list on my phone, and it's basically whenever I feel like I'm missing something from my wardrobe, I add it into that list. And it's really good doing the Capsule wardrobe audit, because those pieces then open up new opportunities to wearing things you already have in your wardrobe, maybe trend-led pieces, and you don't have the right style of vest top to go with it. Just having a few of these options will actually open up a lot more styling opportunities. And as I say, you can find the full comprehensive list that you can also print out on my ebook. You can go to styleguides.uk as well to shop the book. I also just want to say thank you for the feedback that I've been getting from those who have bought it and said how useful it is. It's been so amazing reading these comments to see that actually what I've done has helped you in your wardrobe, because that is the ultimate reward for doing this, is hearing those stories. So keep them coming. Please let me know how you're finding the book. And I hope this video has been useful. As I say, I might do some more of these in future. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.